good sweet red wine.
That's why I'm drinking too, unfortunately. That's all I had at the house.
Oh, that Miss Patty brought.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Miss Patty, because I do love me some red sweet wine. Yes.
I was gonna ask, is that your wine of choice?
Red wine is, but not sweet red. Mm-mm. I like it to have a little bite. Almost like liquor. If I can't have liquor because it's the middle of the week, I'm gonna drink wine. But I need to be a little rough.
Well, Jason don't drink liquor, but since we're here, liquor, what is your liquor of choice?
Oh, you say he doesn't drink it. So right now in the summer it's tequila. In the winter though, it's whiskey.
Okay. I like it. I'll take shots of both though. I will take shots. Like if I'm a social setting type, but nah, it's not a leisure for me at all.
I'm all about the tequila and the mixed drinks, mainly the mixed drinks.
Right, I was like, don't say tequila first because
look,
the DR is coming.
Look.
Ooh, we are live and uncut today. We are live and uncut today. We finna find out about them dorm stories. Not just fun.
Ooh. Yeah, listen. Let me try to find this video.
No,
Yes,
nah.
This is how we do it. This is how we do it each and every week at the Was It Good Though podcast, people. What's good? This is your man, Jason. I am one half of this beautiful podcast. Jazz, how are you today?
I am well. I am the other half of this beautiful podcast. Let me say it slow like Jason.
I was feeling it.
Yes. And we have a special guest with us today. Miss Sharnette. How you doing today?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. Jazz is like, man, my homegirl's been going crazy over the show. He was like, you mind if we? I was like, yeah, shit, whatever. Shit, what?
I was so happy to have the invite. I was like, absolutely. Let me come on here. Let me come on, but don't embarrass me and start throwing out stuff I don't know.
I would never, ever embarrass the guest. You gotta get at least two chances. Then it's fair game at that point.
I'm good on this one.
That's fair. That seems fair.
Good on this one. So. But if you are a first time listener, we are a movie and TV show review podcast. Sometimes we debate, we argue, we critique, maybe you make a new movie. You never know what we may be doing this week. But again, this sometimes can get off the rails. So first, spoiler warning, we will be talking about Secret Invasion, front, back, side to side, theoretically, whatever they want to come up with in that. But also we do sometimes curse. So you may not want to listen with the kids.
Sometimes.
yeah, sometimes it just depends. But let's get into it. Miss Sharnette, you said you left the episode with questions. What's going on? What's on your mind?
I'll tell you. So many. And I might not need to start it off like this, but me and my husband were definitely having a debate about the nuances in this episode because specifically Fury's wife, Scylla, I hope I'm saying it right, has 2 phones now, and I'm not tripping. And I said it's important to note that she gets both of these calls, texts on the black phone, not the purple phone. Is it just me? But I'm thinking, I want to know who texted her. Who texted her and told her to go to the safe deposit box? I need to know. Was it the same person who called her? Was it Fury? I'm so confused because at first I thought it was Fury, but I don't know. I'm confused now.
So I believe the person who called her, that was Rhodey.
Right. That's the second hand to Gravik, right?
No, that's Rhodey. Rhodes. War Machine. What? Right. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't pick up on that voice at all.
I didn't hear a voice if the name popped up.
Oh, you're talking about okay, gotcha.
What?
But you heard the voice, Jazz?
She was on the phone and she was like, I need to speak to Gravik. And he was like, no, you got me. And he hung up. And then
that's
the episode
why I thought
ended.
It was the second hand to Gravik, because why would she talk to Rhodes about seeing Gravik?
Rhodes can't be trusted.
Bro, we still trying to understand why you think it was Rhodes.
Yeah.
Because of his voice.
It sounded like the white man.
You're talking about the second, the one right up under him.
Yeah.
Pagan.
Thank you. That's his name.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
That's
thought
who
it
I
was
thought it
I
was.
thought it was Pagan too. I didn't hear Rose.
Okay.
I guess we'll see
We
next
will
week.
see.
Because
We shall
when
see.
I heard it, I was just like, oh shit, that's Rhodey.
No, yeah, I immediately thought it was the white man. Pagan. Let me use these people's real names for the purposes of the show. Yeah, I thought it was Pagan. But then I was thrown off because initially I thought when she got the text message, which led her to go get said key out of the jar and go to the safe deposit box, that it was coming from Fury. But then since he called the phone, Pagan, I was like, okay, maybe he's the one who sent her to the safe deposit box.
Right.
Yeah. Initially I thought it was Fury because, now Gravik probably, got the jump on him and he was telling her you might need a piece because they might be coming for you. All the things. All these things were running through my head. But now I'm like, no, maybe it was Gravik telling her to get said item so that she could shoot Fury, maybe. I mean, she is a woman scorned because he left her, so.
Oh, Lord. All right.
Is she not?
I've said nothing of the sorts
we
against
we
anything
have
you said.
we we have to
See?
deep dive that conversation
Okay.
because
Go ahead.
yeah. So all right, and for anybody listening, we're only reviewing episode 3 of Secret Invasion, but go check out our first 2 reviews of the series. But I mean, so like, how did y'all feel as we open up this episode? We get a flashback. Well, actually, we get what was his name? Pagan.
Yeah, it was Pagan speaking to Beto.
So I have a question for y'all. Do y'all think, because this is the 3rd time we've been seeing Beto pop up, I feel like there has to be some type of importance for his character because we're seeing him a lot. Are y'all getting that vibe? Do y'all think he has a purpose? Could he possibly be an insider? Like,
insider for who?
I think he's an insider for Gaia because they were having their little powwow chat at the table.
Right.
And I think that she was telling him, like, look, I'm going to need your eyes and ears. At one point, I thought she was posing as him, but then they cut to another scene and she was in the bed. So I was like, okay, I guess this can't be in 2 places at one time. But I said, I think that he's an insider for Gaia.
Yeah. What you think, Jason?
I don't know right now. I feel like he is somebody of importance. Like whether he's going to be the next Gravik or, whether he turns against them, like in the end, for something that could happen to Gaia or we've seen did happen to Gaia. It could be any of them type of scenarios, but I really don't know because he's like his eye, not eyes wide open, but he's just like shiny bubbles with everything. He's just like excited to be there at this present time. I don't think nothing heavy has hit him just yet.
I mean, he just joined a new cult and he's going out into missions. He's close to the top guys. I mean, I can understand why he's super excited.
Maybe he's gonna be the fall guy. He could be a fall guy too.
Because he was definitely in the car when they shot the other gentleman who had been being interrogated, and I felt like that was a lot. That was kind of heavy on him at the beginning. Now, I don't know if that was them doing that so that they could show him, hey, either you loyal or that's the end. But I don't know if he's excited. I think he's scared personally because his eyes.
So? When he got his letter, he's like, oh shoot, you going out as other people now.
But when he was in the car, in between them, he was looking like
he was talking. He was asking. I feel like he was asking and talking questions to him when he was all squunched up in the car.
I don't know. He looked nervous.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting nervous off of him, which is why I don't know if he's really much an insider for anybody. But Gaia has been obviously feeding information, and she looks suspicious anyway. Like, she looks suspicious in every scene that she's in. I'm just like, sis, you're telling on yourself.
Right.
He already know.
We know.
But this is the crazy thing is he tells you. He's telling her, I already know. He came in and was talking about the gentleman who they end up shooting. He's like, that don't sit right with me because he didn't know. The only people that knew were me, you, Beto, and Pagan. This is basically him saying, so who was it? It couldn't have been him. It had to be one of y'all three. And this fool, her talking about something. Well, he had to think creatively. I'm like, oh,
I feel like
you're not a good liar.
She was telling on herself in that scene, and the fact that she said, "I'm a good liar." Did y'all? I feel like for them to have grown up together, they don't have too much chemistry.
Who said they grew up great together? You can grow up and be
No,
enemies.
I said they grew up together because I mean we saw in the last episode they've known each other since they were kids, and if you're gonna follow his entire, you're gonna join his cult. I would think you have more chemistry. Like if I grew up with my cult leader, like I'm not driving this nigga around all the time.
I thought they were dating, but since that first episode, I haven't seen signs of that. But the first episode, I thought for sure, like, oh, that must be they must be, getting together. That's why she's, rocking with him so hard. But now I'm kind of leaning back to, it was a comment that Gravik made. I don't remember if it was the first episode or the second one, where he was telling Talos, like, oh, you sent her to do what you could. Oh, he was talking to her, actually. And he said, your daddy sent you to do what he couldn't do. I said to myself, oh, is she supposed to be an inside person? And he just been knowing about it all this time? Or
I feel like he was calling it out too. Like it was more of a, he sent you type of thing, but I feel like it was more on the nose. Like, I know, what's going on right now.
I thought he was just calling her daddy a bitch.
I mean, that too. It's that too. He's definitely doing that. If he called his dad a coward because he sent the child to do what he couldn't.
Right. So let's go. So we got a flashback scene of 1998 of Fury when he meets Vara, which he called her two separate names, and I'm not sure if one is her Skrull name and then one is her like human name. So, but like in this scene of them at the diner, I can't think of a scene earlier than this or that I've seen Fury into where he actually expressed joy. Like he looked really happy in this scene, and I was like, "Damn, I love that for you, black man. That joy that you got you a black woman Skrull. Like, did y'all feel that joy in this scene too?
Who are you pandering to?
What you mean?
I feel like you pandering. Who are you pandering to right now?
No, to who? I was happy.
I don't know. I'm just trying to
questions. We all have questions.
So nobody felt joy in the scene of like Fury happy. Oh, just me.
It was definitely a different vibe from him than his usual hard nose, like no nonsense him. That's true. I saw that for sure. And they was flirting and doing their thing. And she was basically saying, I can do what I want to do. So, which I liked, I appreciate. But that's why I was confused when he called her Vara though, because I thought her name was Scylla or something to that effect. Okay.
Scylla, that's her, like she's in human form. That's
okay.
it. But Vara is what was when she was a Skrull. That's why he said it again. Oh,
I was about to ask a wild question. You think when they be together, he be saying her Skrull name or her human name? Or if she switched between them, does he switch up the names?
I would assume he's switching.
The lights might be out. He might not know what form she in.
Her skin is like lizard skin when she's in her Skrull form. I'm pretty sure if he touch her, he'd know. Which
do you think they're able to do like half Skrull, half human? Like change half? Like the top part is human and the other half is Skrull? No?
No.
If I was a shapeshifter, I would try to do that.
Why would you want half and half?
Because if I can shapeshift into animals, I would try to be like half horse, half human, like a centaur.
And
that's just some weird shit I would do. And just run around.
Fucking half horse nigga.
I'm like, so just be a centaur. Why you gotta be like a shapeshifter though? Just be that. If that's what you apparently you want to be a centaur.
No, because then I might be like, all right, I'm done with this shit. Like after 5 minutes, I'm good. I want to go back to being a human. That's where the shapeshifter part. Y'all be acting like y'all don't think of like being like magical.
I don't think being number rich.
All right.
Hello. I mean, I can honestly say I've never thought about being a magical animal. Now, I've thought about being a character that has magical powers. Shout out to my Harry Potter
It's what I'm
people.
saying. That's what I'm
But
saying.
you
See,
know,
Jazz, she be almost devil. Like, ooh, come on, we finna get
Don't
it.
do that, because you're talking about trying to be a Harry Potter. Like, no, we just got different levels of our imagination.
I would definitely want to be in Harry Potter. I would not want to be a half-horse
Get the
nigga.
fuck. You know what?
everyone has their thing.
Exactly.
Everything has their thing.
Look at
I don't
Jazz
want to be that shit all day. Just like run around, but run
Just
up
so you
the
can
steps.
gallop
Yes.
through the
Oh my
meadows a little
god.
bit.
Yeah.
I know Jazz be sober when she play Never Have I Ever. Because God dog, what's wrong with you?
She'll come up with some stuff. I
Look,
tell you.
But then we got present day Fury and Var/Scylla. How did y'all feel about this scene? I want to get y'all opinion first before I give mine. Sharnette, since you are our guest, what was your thoughts of this scene with Fury and Wifey getting breakfast?
I said he should have left that alone because sis got all that mad in her spirit again. It came bubbling up. I said, "Oh, that's a woman scorn." And if you think that she just forgot because you came home and made some eggs, maybe laid it down a little bit that night before, that she forgot that you left her for all those years. Oh, sir, you are very, very mistaken. Because sis was mad. I said, "Oh, she didn't forget." She said, "I am who I was before you." I said, "Oh." Whew, that hurt my spirit when she said it to me. Like she's talking to me. I was like, sir, you might want to watch your back. Right then and there, I said, she's working with Gravik. And then she wouldn't answer his question about has she talked to him.
So right then and there, you couldn't trust her?
Right then.
Okay. What about you, Jason?
I don't know. I don't feel a way about it right now. As a wife, I mean, I guess there's two sides to this woman, literally. Because on the one hand, it's a woman. You've hurt her emotionally, mentally. There's somebody you were supposed to be with, and we noticed, and Fury just dipped on everybody. There was no words for anybody. His wife, his close friends. He just dipped. So you're dealing with that, but then I guess the paranoia of us watching the TV show, we're thinking about this woman is this woman a Skrull. You don't know who this woman been since you was here and you wasn't here. Like what she got going on and what she doing. So it's the thing, and stereotypically, sometimes men be like women are emotional. So then that can just be the straw that broke the camel back. Like then he got the audacity to say, "Do I want an apology, nigga?"
I do.
Nigga, I'm taking the earth.
I was waiting for her to be like, listen. As a married woman, I'm gonna tell you right now, you better not come to me talking about if you want me to apologize, just say so. I might lose it. I might start turning tables over because if you knew that you owe me an apology, I don't need to ask you. I shouldn't have to tell you to apologize to me. You knew you were in the wrong. I'm surprised she ain't hit him upside the head with that pan with them eggs that was in it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm always like,
she would have killed him. I would much rather take that flip table than taking the earth. Because goddamn, that's a big compromise there.
That is another point though, is like because she did say, I went back to being the person who I was before you, which was a Skrull, and her loyalty in that case would lie with her people, and you did make all these promises. And here we are 30 years later. And you couldn't even keep your promises to me specifically. So
yeah. Now with you saying all of that, she's moved up my suspicion ladder for sure.
Suspicious of what?
I mean,
that she's working with Gravik.
Oh, okay. Yes. I'm just like a shoe. She a Skrull. What the suspicion you got at that point?
I'm not suspicious of all Skrulls. There are some good ones out there not trying to kill and destroy humanity. But I feel like with Fury's wife, I can see her holding a lot more anger towards Fury than Gravik.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like this scene in my mind, like, and I feel like there were a lot in this episode where Fury was humbled hard as hell in a lot of these scenes. I mean,
or should have been at least.
Yeah, this one was definitely one of them. And so when he was just like, I might take up revenge, and with him questioning her and asking her all these questions, and like you said, she just read the hell out of him, and then she gets a phone call. Do y'all think he picked up her phone and checked it?
Nah,
I don't think so.
But you remember in the later scene, he went to Talos and said that he got some intel. So I'm curious if that intel he got from checking Vara's phone. But I could be wrong. But it was just something I was thinking, because he was just looking at that phone a little too long. It's like a little
It is true they didn't show how he got this intel.
Yeah. So I'm curious.
Wait. When it was in the car, that's what you talking about?
No, when he showed up at the bar.
Yeah.
To talk to Talos, and Talos was eating his lunch, minding his business.
And Talos was like, "You need to say these words to me." And he said those words to him.
Indeed.
But when you roll, you gotta eat crow. Just take your L. It's okay. It's okay. But so then we discussed the scene where Gravik came questioning Gia. He woke her up out of her sleep. I'd have been like, "Look, holla at me in like 30 minutes. I can't answer none of your questions right now, because I'm half asleep."
That's how she knows she was caught. Because if somebody wake you up out your sleep, that mean they already know the answer to these questions. Like, they trying to catch you off guard. Let me see what you say before you can think of a lie. That's why he caught her while she was still sleeping at the crack of dawn.
Yeah, because he's just always like, "You going with me, you coming with me." And I'm like, I don't know. He treats her like she's a soldier, like a worker ant, and not somebody that's kind of been there for years. That's what I got from their like relationship in this episode. And so they're on their way to meet Talos, because Talos has that meeting with Gravik. How did y'all feel about this scene where Talos and Gravik finally meet?
The tension we needed was in that scene. Like, from when he was in the car with her, she didn't know what they were going to, and he was like, "We went to this parlay with your dad," and she just like, "Well, for what? What is he look like?" She already seemed guilty. Like, yeah. No matter what, everything she say, you just saying like, "Ah, bitch, he finna kill you."
Super sus. Like, you're not hiding it well at all.
You're not make to the next episode. So yeah, I feel like they played it. I like the way they played it. You keep saying Gravik isn't talking much. He did a lot of talking.
No. I got it in my notes.
This episode.
I got it in my notes. Gravik went off in episode 3.
You can take it, Jay, if you wanna,
No. I want to hear what y'all feel about this scene.
I enjoyed the scene because you got the former general, the current general. So like he said, it's a lot of tension, and it's like the build up moment. You like, oh, somebody gonna slap somebody real good, right? That's what I was. Somebody gonna slap somebody real good right here. Instead, Talos choked him, which I was also appreciative of, and stabbed him in the hand. But I said, oh, you knew Gravik was not playing with nobody because he had all his folks in there. I didn't see that one coming. I should have, but I did not see that one coming.
I knew he. I mean, if you pay attention to the first episode, you would have knew something like that. Like not Talos, but Gravik, whatever he's involved with, he knows the ins and outs of it. Like he's already 2-3 steps ahead. So him doing that is just flexing his power. Like, bro, you have no pull out here. Like he was gonna kill him. Like you gonna kill me publicly in front of all the people. But now you see that they my people. This mission is still gonna get pushed, whether I get killed or not. It made me think of John Wick 3 when Winston showed John Wick just how powerful they were. He snapped his fingers or whatever he did, and everybody in the whole world just stopped and looked at John.
Yeah, I remember that scene. And the scene actually reminded me of John Wick 4 when the tracker got the knife in his hand And then the dude that stuck it in his hand, he was like, either you gonna slide it out or you gonna pull it out. And I was like, what Gravik about to do?
I'd have pulled it. What the heck? Why they sliding it? Why do they do that? I don't understand that.
Just to
I
prove
think
pull it.
Yeah.
a pride thing.
Pride be damned, because I'd have, oh Lord, and I'd have pulled that thing out. I'm not sliding my hand out. That's outrageous.
Yeah. And I feel like this scene was probably the first time we saw Gravik show a lot of emotions, because when they first got to that museum, Gravik talking loud as hell at this artwork. Like, he was talking loud. I'm like, you in an art museum? Like, I'm like, you making the spot hot right now. You talking hella loud. But
that
then
should have been my first indication that those people were with him.
So I was thinking that, I was just like, all right, he talking really loud. Like, you making a scene. But I wasn't sure if he was just doing that to make Talos feel awkward or like uncomfortable. I didn't even think, oh, you had your whole squad show up at the meeting place. And obviously they did what they did, which I thought was a dope scene. But I thought it was funny because he was just like, you should be thanking me that I haven't sent Gaia's body in a bag, which snapped Talos. Like, Talos stepped on him a few times. And Gravik was just chilling. But I was just like, you saw a lot of emotions from Gravik, which I appreciated, because he's always not saying too much, responding when someone asks him a question when he feels uncomfortable, but he's not really showing too many emotions. But you see those emotions show when he finally sees Talos. So I definitely appreciated that scene. And then I think we got a callback from Iron Man 2 when his arm his hand lit up. Because I think I seen online a lot of people was comparing that to the villain from Iron Man 3. I ain't do too many searches, but if that turns out to be some type of connection, that could be fire.
Yeah, that's what it was. The extremists, those were the powers that they were getting. So I don't know if that was just a Talos thing. Like, he's been going through the process, because clearly they already have some of those. Maybe he's not showing everything, because I didn't know they can heal. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But I mean, I could be true,
Can
because they
they
get
though?
shot.
Can all of them, or is that one of those things?
That's
like,
what I said. That's what I said.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the powers that he inherited whenever he was going through, his process.
Can you imagine being one of the people that was sitting there, a part of his team, and you sitting there like, wait a minute, I broke my ankle like last week, and this nigga didn't help me heal, so he just healing at brunch? Like,
I'm gonna just throw this out here. She's gonna reference these raggedy ankles because she has a problem. She has a problem with securing her ankles. I have several stories that I could share at a later time.
Jazz, you got weak ankles?
This is not what we're doing.
How you mention ankles though? Let's talk about that. Let's get into that.
That has nothing
what
to do.
Jason, you got cute toes, bad ankles? What the hell?
Well, first off, thank you.
No. That's what you think.
Hashtag cute toes, bad ankles. Don't ask me to run out there.
That's a grandma.
Nigga, what? All right. Back to Secret Invasion. But anyway, and it was funny because, like, as Talos was leaving, he bumps into somebody, which is obviously Gaia, shapeshift into some strange white man. She almost got caught again. I'm just sitting here like, you just look guilty in every scene. You like you doing some shit you should not be doing.
Right, because why are you outside the car? Why? What you doing? You couldn't even get back in the car because he was right up on her.
He really was. But
I'm like, why would you take any intel that he said out loud after he just was questioning you and telling you, I know it's you. And then you just take the intel that he gives you and give it off? That was a test. But
hey, that's what I was going to say. Would y'all have given that intel up thinking if you thought your cult leader was onto you?
No.
My husband said yes. He said because otherwise all them people would have died. So you have no choice.
She was already there when a whole bunch of niggas died. What's a few more niggas to die?
Big facts. I didn't even think about that. I should have brought that up in my argument.
But
Sharnette gonna come around like, ha, got more facts for you.
Right. Let's talk about that again.
This would have started a war, though. That would have started a war if they did that between America and Russia.
I mean, I guess.
You guess? What you gonna
Sure.
do?
It was a whole missile. Like, what?
I mean, yeah, but look, war is gonna happen anyway. So y'all would have snitched. Y'all would have gave that intel up.
It's not snitching. It is trying to save people's lives. Don't try to make us feel bad for saving people's lives. But yes, I would have given said intel to my daddy in the cell phone.
Jason, you giving up intel?
Probably dropping it off like draws.
I don't think we needed that comparison at all in there, but okay. So Talos Talos is having lunch and Fury rolls up. Another scene where Fury is humbled. How did y'all feel about this? Would y'all have apologized the way Fury did?
Hell no, I would have been like, nigga, fuck it. Your daughter could be out of here quick in a minute.
Oh wait.
That would have been my argument. You nigga, you got your kid. You need me.
So you would have gave
the
up.
Problem. You were part of the problem.
Right. Like you would have gave up intel, but you wouldn't have just apologized.
Not like that. No, he did. No, that was way too much. Way too much.
It really wasn't. To me, it wasn't, because Fury has been out here acting a fool. You understand me? Acting like he can't do no wrong. He ain't did nothing to nobody. He can do whatever he want to do, and it doesn't affect people. And when he come back, everybody's supposed to welcome him with open arms. No.
I don't think.
He keeps trying to crap on Talos and say like, "Oh, I've been cleaning up." That I'm skipping ahead, but you know what I'm saying. He's been talking trash, and I'm like, "Sir, check yourself."
It's a give and take. It's a give and take. It's definitely a relationship. It's definitely a relationship when you look at it. Like, I'm pretty sure Talos has done some stuff that Fury had to clean up, because he's covering up. There's actually SKRULLS on Earth. Like, they're not even supposed to be here. So so he's definitely covering it up. But I'm sure Talos is working to get a lot of information. Like you said, he helps him get up the ranks. Like he said, I'm not taking away from what you've done, but don't act like I wasn't there, my boy.
We're gonna get to that one, because that scene, I love that car scene.
He was laying it on him.
I was like, damn. Couldn't even say nothing. Fury just sitting there with one eye. Couldn't even say nothing. But I will say I definitely would have apologized. I'd have been like, look, we need to go ahead and I need your help. Because I don't think I would have said word for word, because he was like, I'm useless without you or something like that. I'd have been like, all right, Talos, like, let's switch up these words a bit. Meet me halfway. Compromise. But so they're in the car.
I'm not compromising. First of all, sir, you kicked me out of my own train car last episode. Don't act like I forgot. Had me figuring out how to get back home in the middle of nowhere.
To be fair, Talos brought 1 million people to the cookout.
Sir, you weren't here. Well, I was supposed to ask you for your permission. You were not here.
This is true.
Furthermore, you were supposed to have us our own planet 30 years ago. So I could have sent them to the new planet if you had one.
Well, hold up. A whole planet. I'm just supposed to give that to you.
Well, you the one promised it. Don't make promises you
obviously he would listen too much after 7.
Don't make promises you cannot keep. That's all I'm saying.
Nigga offered a whole planet, bro. You ain't even got the one you want.
I'm gonna find y'all somewhere to stay.
I mean, technically, they could have went to like Nebraska, one of those middle America states, because ain't nobody out there.
1 million people.
It's a lot of people in middle America.
We don't care about half of them. Half of them is rural America. Can they read? I bet you that scroll can read better. Oh, all right, okay. But
I'm not doing that with you.
I'm not. I am not.
Shout out to our middle America
Thank you.
listeners.
Shout out to the followers in Nebraska.
In Nebraska, yeah.
I look at the stats. Ain't nobody listening in Nebraska.
No, and if you are listening, go follow Shade by the Bay.
Not the plug.
She messing up your business. It's crazy.
Hey, hold on. We serve all.
Look, everybody know it's all love, but y'all know a little scroll or two can help out there. I'm just saying. A
2. It's 1 million. It ain't even a 2. It's 1 million.
That is a lot of people to hide. So
that
Fury was feeling away.
That's not even hiding at that point. Them niggas just there.
They're just there.
But do you think a million came to Earth walking around and they weren't walking around like Skrulls? They had human faces.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a problem, Jazz.
That's the point. Yeah, that is the point. That now I can't. There's so many. I have no idea. Like,
We don't have a detector for them. Fury don't even have a detector to be able to be like, yeah, this is Skrull, this not.
I mean, Rhodey knew they was here, and he was cool.
I mean, it's not that cool. It's a White House secret. It's probably aliens walking around here in the real world.
Shit, probably.
We wouldn't know. We think they're gonna tell the people so we can freak out. We already got enough out going on in the world.
Foolishness, right? Foolishness.
Keep that alien shit away from me, bro. I'm gonna treat it just like a dinosaur. It's null and void. It ain't never happened.
All right, we're not going.
See it.
we're not doing this dinosaur shit. But so now we got Fury and Talos back working with each other. They in the car, and Fury calls Sonya. Sonya is one of my favorite characters in this series because that heifer is so funny to me. Fury calls and asks her for some intel, and she's just like, I found that camera you left at my crib. I don't like what you're doing over there, Fury. And then she put an eye patch on it. I thought that was dope. But obviously, Sonya got people in her group that she can't trust. Because I think her secondhand man snitched on where she was when she was torturing the guy from the Skrull from the last episode. And so she was able to share some intel with Fury, and they're on their way to go see Bob. Is that the name of the gentleman that Sonya gave?
Mm-hmm. Well, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Robert/Bob. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. So then we get to the scene of this great conversation between Fury and Talos.
I have a question.
Yes. Why are you
Before we move on, did either of you see who was in the picture that when she closed her little folder and said she had some stuff to deal with? Who was the inside person? Is it somebody that I would have recognized in the other 2 episodes?
It's on the first episode.
And I think he was the dude that they saw on like the camera that Fury left in her office. So we saw him like in a digital,
but not in person.
Right.
No,
ain't that right, Jason?
He was on the first episode. Like I feel like he let Fury into the house, I believe.
Into Sonya's house?
Yeah, when he first initially came into the house, I believe he the one that let in. He had the little.
He was blindfolded because he had the thing over his head.
Not him. You talking about the mole, right?
Yeah,
I'm talking about the mole.
You saying he's the one that pulled it off his head?
He was in the room. He had like the cut suit. He had like a red head or an orange head. But he was in there in the first episode. He's in the room with them. You recognize it. If you go back into it, you recognize him.
I'm gonna go back.
I feel like I know him from Underworld, but I don't remember him in the earlier episodes. But I definitely have to.
You seen that? I didn't see that picture that good, so I knew it.
That's why I was asking if either one of you saw it good, because I was like, I didn't see it good.
That's some spikies on the things.
But like, yeah, how did y'all feel about this exchange between Talos and Fury?
Like I said, we kind of touched on it already. Just Fury ungrateful, maybe is the word, or not appreciative of what people are doing around him. He's just kind of like I think he looks at it as if he's doing the person a favor, not realizing what the other person is really doing for him or assisting him or helping him get to a different place.
Yeah, I definitely felt like he was ungrateful, and Taylor's is sick of him. He is sick of his shit. Okay, he's like, you gonna stop talking to me like we're not on the same level, because you would not be where you are without me and my people, and we were acting as spies and doing all this stuff to get you intel. I mean, and when he laid it out like that, I'm like, so big bad, Nick Fury, who everybody's afraid of, and he's, he the man. You are so, because you had these people that you've been using as your spies, again, under the false assumption that you're gonna get him a whole planet, which we still waiting on. So I'm like, I said he needed it. He definitely needed it.
Yeah. And that had me to piggyback off what you said, Sharnette, like that definitely had me thinking. I was just like, of all the movies that we saw Fury in previously, like he was getting all his intel information from the Skrulls. And they were obviously a commodity, an asset being used behind the scenes, because we didn't know the Skrulls was over here feeding Fury all this information. It was just, we just saw him. So yeah, I think Fury got humbled a lot in this episode. And it's funny because in the first episode, people were like, "You're not who you used to be." And so now we're in this episode, we're seeing, well, technically he wouldn't be who he is without the Skrulls. So you see like how much of an impact they had in getting him where he was. And then of course he brought the Avengers together and all of that. So it's kind of like you see the building blocks behind the scenes, if that makes sense. So yeah, I definitely thought this scene was dope. But now we get to Bob's house. And Bob is a Skrull. And Bob has all this surveillance. Or no, obviously the Skrulls took him from his home and he's locked up in somebody's basement in a machine. But yes. How did y'all feel about this entire exchange before they were able to get those passcodes from Gaia, who everything she does is just suspicious, and she's about to just, yeah.
She didn't have a choice but to be suspicious this time because
yeah, this was like
last minute, like, wait, what are you calling me for, sir? Like, she looking at her phone like, what is happening? Why are you calling me? But I don't know. I feel like, and Fury touches on it, that Talos is in between a rock and a hard place, right? Because you say you with this guy Fury, but Fury is not appreciative, and he again it didn't hold up his end of this bargain. And then you have your people who technically have a legitimate reason to be upset and a legitimate reason to want to take over, maybe not take over Earth the way they're doing it, but have a place that they can call their own so they can walk freely and be who they actually are. And so, you're a part of that group, but you also want to be loyal. He's constantly battling, and then he's wanting to do all the things for Fury, but Fury always want to shoot everybody. So of course he's mad at that. He's like, stop shooting people. So I feel bad for him, honestly. I feel real bad for him.
What you think, Jason?
You said bad for Talos?
Yeah. No.
I guess, man. He's in between a tough situation. But like I said, I don't know. Like I said, with that, I don't know. But what I was going to say, because I don't care about Taylor that much to be like, oh my God, I feel sorry. Like that's his battle, not mine. But I'm just tripping. Fury was, because we talking about implementing people into different places and things, like Gravik doing it. I just sound like, I wonder if these are things that Fury not groomed, but basically groomed Gravik to do, or to show him how to do that. You know what I mean? Like, he's implemented, because if Fury was using these people, he had to put them in positions of power or positions that made sense for whatever he needed at that time. So Gravik seeing this as he's getting older, he's doing this, he's learning how to do this, learn how to do these different things. He only gonna be able to do the same thing Fury did, but better, because he's seen different things, he's learned other things. And of course, them being a different species, I'm pretty sure they having their own conversations on the low anyway. And just, like I said, just in the same time, building their resentment for Fury. So then it's just like, let's use it for our advantage. Let's just bump him out of the deal. We're just going to take the whole thing. And they pulled a Teddy on Franklin. This my coke and my money, nigga.
Oh, that burned me up so bad. We only had this because I let you have it. Who are you, Jesus? Oh, he made me so mad. I'm so glad he burned his nipples off with that hot oil. So glad. I'm sick of him. I was so sick of him.
I wanted him to burn his face, but Franklin didn't want to burn his face.
Because then he wouldn't be able to talk. I need you to be able to talk.
Nah, fuck all that. I'm burning all of that shit. Everything.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with that situation, man. It's tough.
Do y'all think Talos was out of line when he put a bullet in Bob? Because anytime somebody mentions Gaia's name, it sets him off. Which, of course, somebody has your daughter, because he says she's a spineless mole or a spineless. Basically, he called her a spineless snitch, traitor. So obviously, he's like, first called him a shell, but then he was just like, or is your daughter the spineless traitor? Talos was like, yeah, I'm done listening to you. Go ahead and kill him. Fury like, we need
Right, but
those
you didn't want
codes.
me to shoot him.
Right. So you obviously see like Talos is starting to take some of Fury's mannerisms, behavior, because I'm just like, you need those codes. So you shouldn't have shot Bob. Because if Gaia couldn't have got those codes, then war?
But I've never seen Fury kill somebody that didn't. I mean, that he needed something from. Now he shot that first. She killed that first dude because he was beating Talos' ass, and Talos was like, he was like, all right, I'm gonna stay out of it. He's like, nah, you bullshit, bro. We trying to stop the bomb. And so it's not
But
the
they
first
did need
time.
information from the guy.
They got
but he wasn't giving it up.
I mean, so what you gonna do? How long you gonna hold him in there? You can't hold him forever.
I'm gonna torture him.
But it's a Skrull. They don't. There's no torture for them. Susan knows, but if it ain't Susan, Sonya.
No, you keep messing her name up.
Sonya.
Yeah,
Sonya
got the
Sonya got
juice,
the thing, but don't forget, Fury like still a step behind. He only like 2 or 3 days into this mess right now. Sonya been dealing with it since the blip before the, you know what I'm saying? Like she been on it. Like
that's true. But then Talos calls Gaia. She go in there to where everybody is locked up and she gets those codes. And then we see her trying to leave. I knew she wasn't leaving out of there safely, but I didn't think it was going to end the way that it did. What y'all think about this scene? Gaia falling off her daggone motorcycle. Gravik shining bright lights on her. Bright lights like a diamond.
I was annoyed. I said, listen, you slow creeping past this booth where someone is always manned, and miraculously, there's no one there. So you just gonna keep going on this road where you're out in the open. I'd have ran through the trees. You'd have had to catch me, okay? Because I'd have been running through the trees until I got to the outside. I'm not just gonna ride down this road that there's only one way in and one way out. Like she wasn't thinking very brightly. The whole episode, it was annoying me. I'm like, sis, do better.
I think I would have went through them trees too. I'm not gonna lie. I would have had my bike.
Right.
Pushing that bitch through the trees, like, all right, I've been doing this for about an hour. All right, I should be good.
Right.
Find a road. But
I ain't no telling, he might be on foot chasing them on. You never know.
Can you imagine Gravik running?
She don't know what they're doing with them superpowers. You don't know what power he would have had. You'd be like, oh shit.
Well, he might be able to fly. We don't know.
But let me ask y'all this though. Was she aware? Because I know she saw the machine, but was she aware of exactly what it could do?
She doesn't know. That's why she hasn't said anything. But he at the beginning of the episode, he finally admits it, like what his contingency plans in case a situation like that. And he's just saying how indestructible they will be if they got those powers. So,
because I have some possible theories, but
about what?
About what powers they're gonna get?
You might well talk. We here now. What you keep on trying? What you pushing it out for? Where you going?
I was. Well, since we here, no, I don't think Gaia is dead.
I said that.
I
thought she was gonna pop up right then.
You think she body swapping somebody?
I think she probably used that machine or did some shit and might have powers. I do not see them wasting Emily Clark for 3 fucking episodes for this show. And the only reason why I don't think she's dead is because it's Emily Clark. If it was some random white actress, then I'd be like, oh, she's out of here. They just killing niggas off. But the fact that they pushed her so much for this series, nah, she got plot armor for real. I don't think she's dead. I would be so sick if we get episode 4 and she's really dead. I'm be like, damn, y'all really killed her off.
I don't think she's dead either. I thought she was gonna hop up right then after he drove off and get on her bike and go on down the road.
She got to sit there a little bit.
I want you to worry a little bit.
She got to be like, all right,
maybe somebody's gonna pull up.
Beto? It might
maybe
be Beto
will pull up and help her.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's dead either.
But Gravik, he got a nice shot out of her too. I'm like, why you ain't walking around with no vest on?
Why would she just randomly be walking around with a vest on?
If you were in a cult, wouldn't you walk around with a vest on?
I'm not gonna be in a cult, first of all.
But
But if I was, no. Isn't everybody else afraid of the people in the cult?
I'm
Why
afraid
would
of
I
everybody.
wear? Why would I wear a vest?
I'm wearing a coat. I mean, I'm wearing a vest everywhere if I'm in a cult. Like, no, I don't watch.
Telltale
You never
sign. If I
know.
see, right, if I see Jasmine with a vest on, I'm like, oh hell, she done joined a
Join the
damn cult.
code.
You'd be like, it's hot as hell outside. Why
you got this damn vest on?
Look,
that's what happened.
I'm trying to be safe. But Jason, do you think Gaia is dead?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
They killed Hill in episode 1 to kill another. Nah,
that was aggressive.
That can be the one that's gonna be the one that y'all thought. Y'all didn't think it was gonna be him. It was gonna be him to be the next in line. 2 black men. What's up?
Why they gotta be? Because we want to root for him, but then they
I
gonna
know.
be
I'm just saying it has to happen. I'm telling you, he gonna be important somewhere. So he gonna be the one that step up. But my black man point was, what if he was the next for Fury to replace Maria Hill instead of Emily's character, just in case if she is dead? I don't think so, but she could be.
Damn, Beto getting a pay raise? Oh, that's what's up.
He jumped up high.
I'm saying, like, what you feel as if he's somebody of importance. What if he's going to be a bigger part in the bigger thing of the MCU, not just of the Skrulls?
Nah, he gonna come save her, and then he gonna end up getting killed, and we gonna be like, this black man just risked his life to save this white Skrull, and he gonna die, and we gonna be upset.
Well, let's be clear.
They're all green.
They're all green. I'm saying they're all green. let's just be clear there. They're all green. And I was also tripping off the fact that when they handed out the assignments, they handed him the white guy, the white guy, and handed the other dude the black lady. I said, why wouldn't you just? I said, never mind. Never mind. Switch it up a little bit.
It would have been funny if they was like, oh, I gave you the wrong folder.
Right. Never mind. Sorry. Y'all switch. Y'all switch.
But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll definitely see. We already discussed Fury's wife getting the call. So y'all think it was Gravik's second in command, and I think it was Rhodey.
Why do you think it was Rhodey? He sounded like the white man.
It sounded like Rose to me. And I was just sitting here like, you rude as hell.
Because I'm like, why would she ask Rhodes about talking to Gravik? Why would Rose be talking to Gravik?
Because Rose is actually a Skrull.
I mean, I think so.
I can see that for sure.
So that goes into my theory, since we here.
I mean, we here, Jason. We here.
I'm not the one that said I'm gonna push it off to next week, nigga. I said, are we here?
Nigga, I didn't say no next week.
You almost. And these thoughts was before I even watched this episode, which it didn't even play a factor within this episode. But I was like, let's go with the scenario of what if Rhodey was the Skrull. Like, he gets a movie, The Armor Wars, and I was just like, what if, like, we as the viewer, we find out that he's a Skrull, but the people within the show or the movie don't know. So, like, the next one is like him going to go collect all of Tony's suits to give to the Skrulls. Like, what if that was in his movie? Like, and they don't know this stuff. Like, the entire thing, like, we're following him, the villain, going to go gather up these suits, and that's another part of the Skrull invasion. And, like, if you just pay attention to the stuff that they have slated, it was like, what if this next phase was like setting up the villains? Because, like, you have the Skrull situation that's going on. That's the ground level threat. Like, because it's always a bigger thing, which we know there's the Secret Wars movie. We have the Kang Dynasty movie. So it's just so many different things can play a factor. It's just like, how are all these different things going to happen, and how are they going to collide at some point? And then in the Cap movie, like I said, you got, I think it's the Thinker, is one of the villains in that, which is supposed to be, he was in the Hulk, the first Hulk movie, like the very, very first, like the trash ass movie, if you've seen it. So the Thunderbolts, like I feel like they're going to be like the Avengers, but since the Avengers are broken up, they're going to have to come together. But they're going to be the ones that's willing to take it, to literally take it there. Like they going to the worst ways of finding out information or doing different things, and that's what happened until. But whatever happened, like the Avengers have to eventually come up. Like hell no, it's some real super shady shit going on, and I feel like that's where the story then goes back into Wakanda. And then that's when you have that big thing, which is coming back to that. Like it's coming to that. I just hope you ready.
Mm. There's a lot tying together there.
It is.
I was following you though. I was following. I was just, ooh.
Long as they don't end back up in Wakanda, because they don't need no more battles over there.
It's
Right,
gonna
you just don't
happen.
want them to tear up the motherland. Look,
No, leave
stop
it
tearing up,
alone.
stop tearing up Wakanda.
What was you
And
about to
what?
say?
Oh, and I was thinking like on here, like to end this series. Like, what if we did? What if this was like Far From Home, where Jake Gyllenhaal dropped that Peter Parker was Spider-Man, right? That was. So what if in this one, because I'm pretty sure Taylor, you think Taylor's was recorded killing Maria Hill, right? Like an American killing another American in Russia, like before a bomb like happened. Like, what if that footage was put out to the world? Like, cause they keep on saying Fury wasn't. They trying to hide that Fury wasn't in Russia, but what if that was his last fuck you to Fury? Like, whether if it was him dying or maybe it was just, you know what, I've already completed the mission that I wanted to have, and this is the final parts of that. And then them seeing Fury in Russia killing her was like the final thing that pushed the battle between the two countries.
I'm gonna say no, only because it happened in Spider-Man. That's the only reason why.
But the thing with that is that was a self-contained issue. That wasn't a global war in that.
I mean, because obviously we know that Fury is in the Marvels movie.
And I think that's why he got pushed out of space. Like they banished him from the Earth because of it. So I had a story for that too. I'm glad you brought that up because you thought you was going to dance around that. I feel like they're going to banish him from the Earth after this happens because of this.
So let me just go back so I can make sure I can follow this. Your theory is that Gravik turned himself into Fury to kill Maria so that he could use that against Fury later on and get him locked up. And they're going to send Fury, because he's who he is, out of space to prison instead of like a regular prison.
They're going to send him to Saber to
Right.
guard, to not, that's not even prison. He just can't be on the Earth no more. Like they just banished him from the Earth. He's just up in space now, which will go into him being in the Marvels, which is there at the Saber station out of space now.
So if Fury can somehow get all of the leading world leaders out, they would already know that they got snatched up by SKRULLS, which means a Skrull turned into Fury and then killed Hill. So if he got a good lawyer, he can get off.
But you know what Gravik point is though, right, Jazz?
I know. I mean, like his whole point
it don't matter. The people don't matter in it. It's let me push this war. I'm trying to make a war happen between these two countries so they kill each other because they're the largest military crew. So once they slay each other, the SKRULLS can just go through and wipe the rest of these niggas out, and we're gonna be powerful anyway.
So I guess if he was to release a video with Fury killing Hill, how would that actually start the war if they think the Russians are the ones that possibly killed Hill?
Right, because Hill is American.
Right.
Hill is American, but because remember the I feel like it would be like a thing of this is like she was trying to stop the bomb. He killed her. That prevented that from happening. In there, like he's a traitor against his country type thing.
Okay.
Because he would have had the most ties to America. I mean, just given what he does and how he does it. No, this is just a thought. It's just a thought. You can dance around if you want to. You can't do it right now though. It's gonna take
I
you.
ain't dancing.
It's gonna take you a little minute to figure out how to get away from that foolproof pound I just wrote down.
Nah, niggas. Episode 4 is what's gonna be like debunk all of that shit. So, but I mean, we'll see. That was a lot. It stretched over. I don't think there's going to be another war in Wakanda because leave that fucking place alone.
That's literally what Val said. I think
I
Val
know
is
Val. No, Val doesn't. No. And will we get Ross again?
No what? No,
I don't think Val's a Skrull.
Why? What's your case?
If she doesn't show up in this series, there's no point of making her a Skrull.
Jazz, you think the Skrull? You think
No,
the end of the Skrull?
No,
you think the end of it is when the series ends?
No, I'm saying you got a whole series for the Skrulls.
No, you have a series for the ones that we need that need for this story. They're gonna push this storyline out for the rest of this until the
Jason Val's not a Skrull.
But I mean, to her point, if she was, they would have to drop some kind of.
They don't have to drop anything. They have to drop nothing.
I think they'd have to drop it, like
you gotta drop
credit scenes, mid
credit. No, you don't.
Scene.
I think she's gonna show it. I think she's gonna show it. I think she's just gonna show it to us. Like we gonna know, but they're not gonna know.
What you mean? Who's they?
The people in the show or the movie. I'm only speaking for the viewer. Like I feel like eventually we're going, as the viewer, we're going to be following a dirty person, and we're just going to see how far can they get along. How far can they get away with this until they either get caught or they get dropped. Like that would be the beauty, right? Do you want to see how far somebody get away with something?
I mean, that's a unique way of doing it. I don't think they'll do it though.
Bet 20.
Oh, I bet you 20. What on what movie?
I'm never gonna say the movie. That's crazy. That would be a crazy.
To pinpoint the movie.
The movie,
right,
yeah, no,
right, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Val is Skrull. Val is a Skrull.
So which?
I'm not saying what. No, Jazz. No. She's in Thunderbolts. That's the only thing I know for a fact that she's in today.
Okay, so we can go ahead and make a bet right here and now. I'm saying Val is a bum ass human, and you saying she's a Skrull.
She's a Skrull. Val is a Skrull.
What we betting? $20? Oh no, we don't bet money. We bet movies.
He said 20.
I said 20. We can do a movie.
No, Sharnette, we normally do movies because he didn't even do his movie last time because he bet Pirates of the Caribbean and he ain't even started watching that.
I pulled it up. I pulled it up.
He said I pulled it up. Step one.
I began.
No. Jason done watched a bunch of shit. And that bet was over 6 months ago, Jason. And I watched that bum ass Lighthouse.
Come on now, you gotta uphold your end of the
exactly. Bet. Exactly.
I've upheld most.
And Pirates of the Caribbean is a good movie. You only gotta watch the first one. He ain't even done that.
It's the ships. It's something about ships. Like it's
you gonna get
PTSD when I see ships. I don't know. It's white men on ships. They just don't do it for me.
Is this why you don't want to support my black pirate movie idea?
On the low.
Damn.
That would be a good twist, though. You're showing us in a different, not shackled underneath,
right? Because I've been trying
to. So you want to show do you want to go frolicking in the cotton field?
Frolic?
I
said frolic.
You said you want to turn it around. You want me on a boat?
Well, turning it around would have white slaves. That would be turning it around. We can do that for a movie, for sure.
Nope. Y'all fucking up my movie idea. I don't want none of that. No slaves. I just want black pirates living their lives
out on the open seas. Okay.
That know how to swim, and that's just over here taking other people's ships. Basically, like a black Pirates of the Caribbean. That's what I want. But y'all niggas want a black Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Not
what? Absolutely.
Y'all can have that.
Jazz learn how to swim, and everything she want to do, we got to do with the water. Nobody want to do it.
Yeah, damn right.
And I'm still waiting to see it. I'm still waiting to see.
Swim?
No,
I can send you videos.
Okay, I'll send you some videos, friend.
Look, I'll be out here.
I mean, I know you went to your lessons. I was very happy about it. I'm very proud. I haven't seen it in action.
Look, I'm past Nemo. I'm on my dolphin swag. I'm out here. Look, shit. With it. DR.
Don't get out there drowning. Look, I wouldn't let that happen, but don't get out there floundering around.
Can you imagine drowning with a damn GoPro on? Like, oh shit.
That would be
that's wild.
very tragic.
But was there any other notes or things that y'all wanted to mention for this episode?
Look at my
any kind of possible theories or anybody that y'all want to show up. I know Captain Marvel is on my list of people I would love to show up in this series, but
I would like to see Monica Rambeau before I like to see Captain Marvel.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, we did see her though. Well, I mean, it was like a flashback.
When did we see her though?
I mean, she was talking at the table. Remember? It was a flashback from the Captain Marvel movie.
They don't count.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying, she was there. This was there. Look, she was there.
Yeah, nah. I like to see Monica in there. I like to go ahead and get that Rhodey is a Skrull. We're gonna see where that takes us. Because I mean, they can't wrap this story up. Like, it's a million of them. That was the whole point. We just need to kill the head Skrull, and maybe we can stop. But it almost seemed like Hydra with them niggas too. They come in deep. You knock him off.
I'm talking about 1 million.
They're very dangerous.
Yeah, and then you can be anybody. You can be somebody's grandma, or that little punk ass little girl with that bright ass ball, which was a red flag from the beginning. I was so mad about that. I said, Fury, come on, sir. It's midnight. What is she doing out here playing with this bright ball? Punch her in the face right now.
He supposed to shoot.
Punch this child in the face.
If he was gonna shoot somebody, it should have been her.
That's what I was saying. I said it. Shoot her immediately. But, yeah, that little girl needs to be taken out.
Yeah.
Do y'all have any theories going into episode 4? And like, to me, this episode felt like a I'm not gonna, because it, like, this episode didn't have too much action, but I feel like it was building up to where I think we're gonna get a lot in episode 4. I don't know if y'all felt that way, but I definitely felt like that at the end of this episode.
It's been like a build-up episode for sure.
Yeah. I said Jason didn't get his pure chaos, but
I need that. I need that next episode. Like, they a whole bunch of people just.
Yeah, I think next week's gonna be. I think next week gonna be wild, because I mean, they started with chaos in the first episode, and like, they've been building up a lot, and so I think, because we only get 6 episodes in this series, so we're halfway. So
we're at the halfway point. Typically, like I said, I think it's the 4th episode they always break like something crazy happens, that we wouldn't be expecting.
Yeah. But
I don't have any theories to answer your question, because I've been like, what the is going every episode besides this one. This one was very much on par for, okay, we needed some, like you said, something to get set up, some resolution a little bit. I need to know if guy is on this side of that. It was a lot going on. So some things got answered, which was great. But as far as what's going to happen next,
did you get to ask all your questions that you had? Looks back at paper.
Right. Looks at paper, checks notes. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Jason, did you have any questions that you wanted to ask?
I did actually. Stop.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to help.
Yeah, so it was Miss Sharnette. You know what I'm saying? So, was a good though podcast. We nerds and whatnot. We like to go crazy a little bit, but we want to give you a opportunity. What are your top 5 or 3 Marvel movies?
Dang. Okay. Ooh, I wish I'd have known this first. I started thinking already. So I'm gonna have to obviously put, and this is in no specific order. Wakanda, the first one, is up there.
Okay.
Captain America, the first one, is up there. And then the second Iron Man is up there. And then Endgame. For sure.
What was the first one?
The first one was Wakanda.
Okay.
Black Panther?
Black Panther.
Yeah,
Okay.
the first one. First Black
Yeah, the
Panther.
first one.
Iron
So
Man
Black
2,
Panther,
Captain
Iron Man
America
2,
1.
Captain America 1, Endgame,
Yeah.
because you
I'm
just
missing. We're missing one then.
oh, it had to be 5. Okay.
I mean, if you got 4, that's cool.
Oh, you know what? The last Spider-Man, I really fooled with that one.
No Way
No Way
Home.
Home.
No Way Home, I fooled with that one. I liked it a lot.
The last hour of the movie is perfect. So I'm never. What Jeff?
Nothing.
What you
You
gonna
don't like
say?
my list?
No. It's not your list. It's Jason saying the last hour of that movie.
It's perfect. What's wrong with that?
You said the same thing about Endgame. The
So
last
you didn't like the
hour.
beginning of Endgame?
It's a snooze. It's a snooze. Like so going in so going into Endgame, it's the feel you have going into the movie. So like once that feeling is gone, it don't hit the same. You know what I mean? Like so but that last hour, every time I see it, I'm like, ah shit, we here now, baby. Them 5 hours before I wasn't here for it, but now we're here, baby. We here, baby.
That's legitimately one of my favorite movie scenes probably ever, when he comes into the headset of Cap, and Cap like, what the hell? And all the folks come like,
And see that,
there go our people. Look.
that's what I'm saying, man. When you start seeing that, you're like, ah shit, we lit now. We lit now. But
Right.
top villains. Your top 3 villains in the MCU or Marvel.
Jason should have sent these to you ahead of time.
I thought I
Hello?
did. That's the
Listen.
crazy thing. I thought I
Hello?
did.
No, what?
You didn't.
I'm saying, like, what? Did I miss a
Hold on,
message?
You
So
didn't. He
hold
ain't
on.
saying nothing.
Let me pull
let
it
me.
up.
If you send in an
Jason,
email, listen, I definitely didn't see
it's
that, but
not
Oh
there.
no, not even.
It ain't in the group chat either.
that's what I know I didn't miss this. So Thanos is definitely one of my top villains because he's just an asshole. Listen to me. Listen to me. He just don't care. And like, to think about Endgame, where he just sitting on this rock, letting everybody fight, and he just minding his business, like, somebody gonna bring me these stones. Go,
That's
fetch.
a boss.
Right. He annoyed me. But in a good way. He was a great villain. Um, who else?
If you need
No,
us
I
to
didn't
throw
like.
any out there,
Yeah, throw me some.
I'm gonna say you said No Way Home. So you had Goblin, you had the Sandman in there.
Mm.
Dr. Octavius, you got Wanda, you got
Wanda was a good one because she tricked me. I'm saying like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to the most powerful witch we know, and then this hoe been tripping the whole time.
The
Ma'am,
most
how you mad at
powerful.
everybody else? And you the one made up a whole freaking town and had these people enslaved.
Wanda was trying to get her kids
Or
They
kids.
were imaginary.
in that universe, but they was real in other universes.
Well, this
And they
is the
had real
universe you
mamas
live
in the other universe too.
Right, exactly.
Which
This is the
was
universe you
her.
live in.
That
It
was
wasn't
a
her.
version of her.
It was
It
a
wasn't
version of
her.
her. That's why they didn't
Look,
want her ass when she came busting through there and she was trying to take them, and they was like, my mama's
only
over here.
only because she came through a portal, but she looked like their mama.
Them kids knew better. So yeah, I fool with Wanda though as a villain. She was really good.
You haven't seen Guardians 3, have you? You
I
haven't seen
have
that
not.
yet?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Uh, I'm trying to think of what's some other MCU villains. You got Killmonger, you got
Ooh.
Loki, you got Ultron, Bucky, Winter Soldier.
Red Skull.
Yep.
Ooh. I can't stand the way his face looks.
What they gotta do with him being the villain?
It just I can't focus. I can't focus on what's happening. I just want to fix his nose. I'm like, what happened here? You're missing a piece. We're missing some pieces.
He killed some people, Sharnette, like, but your teeth.
But your teeth.
I can see your teeth.
It's confusing me. I'm bothered by it.
Oh wow. I think as far as with them, What movie are you most excited to see in Marvel? If you know, I don't know what you know.
I don't know.
Don't.
I
Okay,
don't know. I
gotcha.
mean, I do pay attention to the Was It Good Though podcast and how they put out that wonderful listing that tells you what's coming out. Y'all should be on the lookout for that. But I do appreciate those. I'm like, oh, that's coming out. Y'all be all the way in 2025 too. So shout out to y'all. But I'm like, they on top of this. But I really don't have one that I'm super excited about.
Understand?
But I'm sure as like the trailers come out, then I'll be and I see them, I should say, because they might be out already, but I haven't seen it. But the trailers that I actually get to see, then I'll be like, okay, I'm a fool with that. So
Gotcha. What are you watching right now? Besides Secret Invasion.
what am I watching? Oh well, nothing. I would say because football season is over, so that makes me very sad. Basketball is over. I'm not watching. I don't think I'm watching anything. I am playing a lot of video games these days, though. So
Gotcha. What games you playing?
I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy,
Clearly. Okay.
and it's amazing. I love it a lot. I'm up to 89 hours. Don't judge me. I didn't even know they tracked that, but
Oh
the
yeah,
PS5
they
tracks
track
that.
everything. They
Yeah,
track
they track
everything.
that. I said, "Oh God, let me let's keep scrolling so nobody can see that." But yeah, I'm liking that.
She's one of the people that bashes me because I don't watch Ghost, Book of Power, or whatever the fuck the name of that series is, or any of 50 Cent shows.
Last
Because
season
why
of
don't
Powers,
you?
the last season was fire.
You watch the Book of Power with Tariq?
I do.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It
Because
was
it was
fire.
good. It was amazing. Actually, that last scene, I said
That felt like some power type.
from the original, it felt very
It felt like
very
some
original Power
like
esque.
season three power. You
Oh, that
know,
was a good season. Me and my husband started watching Power all over again from the beginning.
I'm good on that. I ain't
Let
got
me
that
tell you
kind of.
though, because you will get invested like you never seen the episode
I
again.
know, because I probably ain't. I probably ain't thought about him no more. Like I forgot him. Then hell, he got that Raising Canaan,
Yeah.
the Tommy Show, the
hmm
BMF. I think Raising
Raising
Canaan.
Canaan is good. That's probably
I
my
think that's the
second
next
favorite.
best. I think
Yeah,
that's the
I
next.
like that one after the Tariq one.
Well, this season of Ghost actually would put it above Raising Canaan, but before that, I think Raising Canaan was the best show he had outside of outside of Power.
Yeah, because that last season was good too.
Yeah, that entire. But I'm invested into the people in it, you know, instead as
Yeah,
opposed to the other one. So, like on Ghost, I'm just invested in Tariq. Like the other people, I'm just like I don't trust or like
none of
any
them.
of them people because they just so wishy washy with how
So
they do.
shady.
So
Yeah, but no, on Raising Canaan, I promise you, the lady who plays his mama, that's my mama. Jasmine, you have to go and watch it because I promise you, if you watched it, you be like, oh, that's Miss Carrie.
I like Marvin though, man. Marvin.
I love Uncle Marvin, and I just knew he was gonna get shot. I just knew it because when somebody starts coming full circle and they start changing who they are and becoming a better person, that's when the streets want to take you out.
This is true. That's facts.
I ain't been in the streets, so I couldn't answer that.
I'm just
You done seen
based on TV.
movies.
Movies.
Based on TV.
But is that life, nigga? Like
Nigga, you're talking about a show.
nigga.
Our assumption of what hood life is.
Right.
nigga, that's made up. That's made up. They had happy real like nigga.
Look, anytime somebody be like they trying to change their life, get out the game, or they got a bill paid tomorrow and they about to get the job today, no. Never pans out.
Leon beat the streets.
He
He
did.
did.
Wanda beat the streets.
She
He
did.
did.
Man.
Come on now.
Ooh, praise him. Look,
Amen.
talk about it, Lord.
We got people that make it out. Never. Yes, they made it.
Not you singing never would have made it.
Right. I was about to pull out the Jamie Foxx No Weapon. I seen the video. Y'all seen the video? No weapon. Yes, because they said, listen, the crack's not gonna get me. Okay. Wanda said I'm up out of here.
Hey,
Take me back to the motherland.
We showed you different sides of the struggle and people making it out, but sometimes people fall victim to the system. Sissy, you deserve every minute you gotta do.
Why, sissy? Why? Why you
Y'all
do him
knew
like
he was not
that?
gonna get that money.
I
Y'all
knew.
knew. Y'all
Listen, I
knew.
don't
I
care.
knew as
I'm
soon as
just glad
Sissy said
she.
she was going, I said, "Oh hell, we know what's about to happen."
Soon as Sissy took them braids out and had a fro, you knew what kind of time she was on. No nonsense. Look,
Mm.
I'm just saying.
She didn't want them to cut him out when she get to jail, huh?
Right.
Nope. Because that's what they did for Tasha from Power, didn't they? They
No,
took her shit
they
out.
took her wig off.
Ooh,
Oh yeah,
yep.
they
And
said
she had it plaited out, plaited to the back.
Mhm. Yeah,
Straight
had that
backs.
braid down.
Ah man, but yes, Jazz. Did you have anything else, man?
Only thing I want to say is Gravik looked like he could be Grey Worm's cousin. Tell me I'm lying. Y'all both watch Game of Thrones, so y'all know who Grey Worm is. Don't they look like they could be brothers? I want to see
A
them
little bit.
in a movie together because I think they would do good. That's all I have.
Why? I was like, Grey Worm barely even spoke. Tells them they could do good together.
No, he's in a new series, Interview with the Vampire. He was in
Hmm.
season 1. He was
Season
Brad
2
Pitt's
coming.
he was Brad Pitt's character, Lestat. Nope, he wasn't Lestat. He was Lucky or Louis.
Hmm.
Louis LeBlanc.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Very interesting.
First
Very
episode had me in it. I was
Ooh.
all in. I
It
said,
was wild.
oh, this nigga acting. This nigga.
Yeah.
Oh,
He-
now okay.
Yeah, Grey
Grey
Worm got
Worm.
skills.
That's okay, Grey Worm. I have to
He
watch
sang
it.
too. He sang
sang?
too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Under a completely different name. Like
I think it's Durham something.
no.
Only reason why I remember that is because Durham was a city in North Carolina. You saying I'm wrong?
His name Richie.
Wasn't it Richie Durham?
Richie Dunn. I don't think so.
Look that
Don't
shit
have
up
me
real
lying.
quick.
But I do know it'd be the most random people that sing. Like, what's his name from Power? What's his name? The little light skinned one who ended up getting set on fire.
Oh, Rotimi.
Rotimi. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got some good tracks out there. I ain't
He
gonna lie.
does. He does.
And he be singing. I'd be like, oh,
That's why I said, what the hell? Out of
Mhm.
nowhere. Vocalizing. Okay, sir.
Yeah, he got some good songs. Some of his tracks is on my playlist.
I like Rotimi.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
But Miss Sharnette, did you have any last minute comments? Anything you want to promote, shout out, put out there for us?
Well, absolutely. Look, no. First, I just want to thank you guys for having me. I really enjoyed it, and it really had me watching the episode. I watched it 3 times. I said, "Listen, they're not gonna have me on here, and I don't know what I'm talking about." So I had to do my due diligence. I appreciate y'all having me. I really enjoyed it. For all of y'all watching, if you in the Florida area, follow Shea by the Bay. Family owned, black owned, women owned, shaved ice truck. We do travel, so hit us up. And that's it. That's all I got.
Got it. Well, again, this was the Was It Good Though podcast, episode 3 of The Secret Invasion. Again, we do appreciate all our listeners, our viewers, people that's chatting with us, sharing this with somebody that you think may like it, or put it in a nigga face. If you just be like, look at this, they funny. Just put it out there. So again, we do appreciate all of y'all. Again, I am Jason. This is Jazz. This is Miss Sharnette. Deuces.
Cheers.
Bye.
It was Raleigh Richie.
There we go.
It wasn't Durham.
Thank you.
He said he knew it wasn't Durham. Look.